The creepiest ghost photos of all time. First up, the Willoughby ghost. A few years back, during an investigation at the notoriously haunted Willoughby coal building in Ohio, this chilling apparition was caught on camera. And they knew exactly who this was. The Willoughby coal building in Ohio was built in the late 1800s. In 1912, it became the very prosperous Willoughby Coal and was eventually sold to two men, business partners, Henry Windus and William Don Norris, in the 1930s. But over time, the relationship between the two owners soured. One morning, Don Norris left his house, telling his wife he was going to the store to pick up some bread. He said he was also going to stop and check on some repairs being done at the Willoughby building. But Don never returned. Hours later, he was discovered by the front door of the Willoughby building, deceased. He had been attacked. Many in town suspected Henry, but without proof, all the town had were suspicions, and it remains a mystery as to what really happened that day. In years since, many report strange occurrences there, hearing disembodied voices, unexplained noises, temperature drops out of nowhere, and many report seeing full-body apparitions, just like the one in the photo. And they're convinced that the spirit who haunts Willoughby Coal is Don Norris himself, and it's him captured in this photograph. This photo really spooks me. Look at the face. Ugh, it haunts my nightmares. But I gotta know, what do you think? Ghost or nah? Let me know in the comments. Next up, the spectre of Newbie Church. This is one of the most famous ghost photographs ever, taken in 1963 at Newbie Church in North Yorkshire, England, by Reverend Kenneth F. Lord. The Reverend said he was trying to take a photo of the church altar. Nothing was visible at the time. But later on, when the photo was developed, there it was, a strange hooded figure. Apparently it was staring right at him as he took the photograph. This photo has me shaken like a leaf on a tree. The entity captured is so clear. It's looking right into the camera. This photo has been very controversial. Many questioning, is it authentic? Get this. In the 1970s, this photograph was examined by a team of BBC experts. They looked at both the photo and the negative, and they stated they found no evidence of any tampering and said the image was not a result of double exposure. Another convincing aspect of this is the Reverend who took the photo and came forward with it. This was a big risk for him. He had a lot to lose, possibly facing backlash and scrutiny from his church, the congregation. This photo could have cost him his role, his job. So what do you think? Authentic ghost photo, or are you still not buying it? Let me know in the comments. Next up, the old man in my house. Are you ready for this one? Okay, you asked for it. A woman named Michelle Midwinter had just moved into a historic home in Trowbridge, Wiltshire in England. A few days after moving in, Michelle went outside to take some photos of the front of her house, specifically the brickwork. Admiring her new abode, she looked at the photograph and was startled to see a face in the window looking back at her. Horrified, Michelle ran back into the house, thinking it was an intruder. Michelle searched the entire house, top to bottom, but didn't find anyone inside. Later that morning, Michelle said a clock that had been on the wall when she moved in randomly fell off, smashing into pieces. Next, Michelle and her daughter began hearing strange scratching noises coming from inside the walls. Lights would flicker all over the house. A friend of Michelle's visited one afternoon and said as she was in the front room, she looked over and saw the door handle moving up and down, jiggling on its own. Hauntingly, this was in the exact room the figure was seen in the photograph. Michelle believes her house is haunted by the ghost of Samuel Kent, the father of the infamous murderer Constance Kent. According to records, Samuel lived and worked in the area of Michelle's house, and Michelle accepted the fact that her house was haunted, nicknaming the ghost Old Man Kent. A local historian named Andrew Jones looked at Michelle's photograph and believes the entity does bear a striking resemblance to Samuel, saying there's every chance it could be him. She's become even more convinced over time as the longer she's lived there, the more ghostly happenings she's reportedly experienced. Michelle has maintained that she didn't edit the photo in any way. Is this an authentic ghost photo? Let me know in the comments. Our next photo, the Toys R Us ghost. There's a store in California that's legendary because it's so haunted. In Sunnyvale, California, a Toys R Us location has earned the reputation of one of the most haunted spots in the state. And for many, this photo proves it. Taken years back, an eerie male figure appeared in the background of this photo. The group said he wasn't present at the time the photo was taken. For those who were familiar with the lore of the store, I didn't mean to rhyme just then, but I'm gonna go with it. They knew exactly who this was. Story goes, the store was built where the Murphy farm once stood. A preacher named Johnny Johnson started helping out on the farm and fell madly in love with Murphy's daughter Elizabeth. But supposedly she turned him down for a richer man. Oof, that's gotta hurt. Johnson later passed away on the farm in some kind of freak accident involving an axe. Shortly after the Bay Area store was constructed in the 1970s, the creepiness began. Employees claimed to see dolls and other objects flying off the shelves. Many employees stated when they were alone in the store, they would hear a disembodied voice call their name, feel a cold breeze on their back, and on a few occasions, reportedly touched by an invisible hand. Oh, that's spooky. I gotta know, what do you think? Is this the ghost of old Johnny captured on film? Let me know in the comments. Now, our next photo. One of the most amazing ghost photos I have ever seen. In the 70s, Diane and Peter Bertholet, along with their son, visited the Worsted Church in Norfolk, UK. When she visited, Diane was ill, and they took some time at the church to pray. While there, Peter took a photo of his wife sitting on one of the church benches. Months later, when they looked through their developed photographs, a friend asked, "Who's that sitting behind you, Diane?" The ghostly figure in the photo is wearing light-colored, old-fashioned clothing and what appears to be a bonnet. Diane and Peter said the church was empty at the time. Neither of them saw anyone sitting behind Diane when the photo was taken. Eerie. The family, fascinated by the photo and wanting answers, returned to the church the next summer with the photo and showed it to Reverend Pettit. He took one look at it and said, "Yes, the legend of the White Lady." It's said that this ghost is a healer who appears when someone near needs healing. And it made sense. Diane was sick at the time and indeed needed healing. How incredible is that? And this story is crazy. You gotta hear this. Reports of the legendary White Lady date back well over 100 years. Apparently, on Christmas Eve 1930, a man visited the church and offered a challenge to the ghostly White Lady. Challenging a ghost? That never ends well, does it? According to reports, he said out loud he would climb to the top of the church's belfry and kiss her if she would appear to him. So he goes up, and when he failed to come back down, his friends went to search for him. They said they found him in the belfry, trembling in a corner, terrified. "I've seen her," he told them. "I've seen her." And then he reportedly passed away. Whoa! Diane said she felt a calming, tingling sensation whenever she looked at the photo. Today, sadly, the church has been remodeled into a pub, which is a real bummer, but I wonder if the ghostly White Lady is still around. The infamous Cooper family photo. In the 1950s, the Cooper family purchased an older home in Texas. Their first night in the house, the father took a photograph of the family to commemorate the event. They posed happily at the dining room table. Weeks passed, and the father took the roll of film to the local pharmacy to have the pictures developed. A week later, Mr. Cooper picked up his photos, started looking through them, and he was stunned. When he got to the photo taken of his family that first night in their new home, he saw this. A figure coming down from the ceiling. Clearly, Mr. Cooper did not see him when he took the photo, so where did he come from? This photograph has been widely debated on the internet, many believing it's paranormal. Was this the ghost of a previous owner of the home? Others say it's double exposure. But if it is, I ask, who poses like that? Why is the body positioned in such a strange way? Who stands like that for a photo? No one I want to know, that's for sure. I mean, can you imagine getting your photos developed and seeing that? Oh, makes you wonder how long the family lived in the home after that. I'd make like a bread truck and haul buns. I'd be out of there. What about you? Next up, the faces in the mirror. In 1990, Stephen and Beth Lee and their two sons moved into their dream home. a secluded house in the beautiful Black Forest region in Colorado. After years of renting and saving up, the 5-acre parcel of land was everything they had hoped for. But not so fast. The Lees were not informed by the previous owner that he believed the house was haunted. Very haunted. Not because he didn't want to tell them, but because he was afraid of being laughed at. Within weeks of moving in, the activity began. The family would come home to lights flashing in every room of the house. They would wake up to the sounds of people stomping across the roof in the middle of the night, along with the sounds of chains rattling. Even creepier, the family would hear orchestra music coming from the woods. The family said they would smell this strange odor that would burn their eyes and throats. The sons began seeing strange shadows and figures in the home and in the woods surrounding it. Initially, Stephen believed that this was the work of pranksters, someone trying to scare the family. So Stephen installed a state-of-the-art security system with video surveillance and motion detectors. But the family was horrified as the system would go off with no one around to trigger it. In fact, over the next 4 years, the family had over 60 break-ins. Things got so bad, El Paso County Sheriff's Department opened an investigation, coming to the house dozens of times. But they never found any criminal activity, because this wasn't the work of any prankster. This was paranormal, and the family realized their house was haunted. There were quite a few ghostly photos taken in the Lees' home, but the most disturbing by far is this photo, taken in a mirror in an upstairs bedroom. As you can see, there appears to be 2 ghostly faces in the mirror. Some say when they look at this, they can even see 3 faces. This is one of the creepiest photos I have ever seen. Their faces, their expressions, nightmare fuel. The identity of these 2 apparitions remains a mystery. Paranormal investigators believe there are numerous entities in the home. It's also believed that the Black Forest itself is some kind of paranormal hotspot, a gateway, a portal to the other side. If you want more on the Black Forest haunting, I did an entire episode on it. It's fascinating. Linking that below in the show notes. Check it out. Our next photo, the woman in the back seat. Miss Mabel Kennery took this photo in March 1959 in England, her husband sitting in their car. After the photo was developed, she saw her mother, Mrs. Hamill, sitting in the back seat. The problem was, this photo was taken after a visit to Miss Hamill's grave. She had passed away the week before. Mabel said she had her camera and took numerous photos of her mother's grave and wanted to use up the rest of the film, so she snapped this picture of her husband. In one report, an expert who examined the photo said the image of Mabel's deceased mother in the back seat didn't appear to be a reflection or an overprint, saying the photo appears to be genuine. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments. All I gotta say is the next time I'm leaving the cemetery, I'm checking the back seat. Next up, the lady on the stairs. You're looking at one of the most famous spirit photography images of all time. This photo is considered by many to be real photographic evidence of ghosts. Taken at Raynham Hall in Norfolk, England in 1936 by a country life photographer and his assistant. The 2 were taking photographs of Raynham Hall for an article. They claimed they had already taken a photograph of the hall's main staircase and were setting up to take another shot when they saw a vapory form gradually assuming the appearance of a woman moving down the stairs towards them. The 2 quickly took the cap off the lens and pressed the button to activate the camera's flash. Later, when the negative was developed, the famous image of the quote-unquote brown lady was revealed. There have been countless sightings of the figure before and after the photo was taken, and for many this was just further proof that the hall is haunted. It's widely believed to be the ghost of Lady Dorothy Walpole, the 18th century mistress of the manor. Born in 1686, Dorothy was the sister of Robert Walpole, regarded as the first Prime Minister of Great Britain. She was the second wife of Charles Townshend, who supposedly had a wicked temper. Reports say that when he discovered his wife had committed adultery with Lord Wharton, he locked her in her room at Raynham Hall. She was allegedly never allowed to leave after that, not even to see her children. She stayed there at the hall until her death in 1726 from smallpox. Then the ghost sightings began. In 1835, a Christmas party at the hall was thrown, There, 2 guests told partygoers they had seen her apparition as they were approaching their bedrooms. Dressed in a brown gown she was known to wear while she was alive, hence the Brown Lady. In 1926, 2 others saw her on the hall's staircase, identifying the figure with the portrait of Lady Dorothy, which is hung in the hall. You know, if I got locked in my bedroom, I'd be peeved. Majorly peeved. I think I'd have some unfinished business. Yeah, this is one of those photos that's been examined by dozens of photo experts and paranormal investigators, and many believe this is the real deal. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments. Our next photo, and one of my favorites ever, the Stanley Hotel photo. The Stanley Hotel in Colorado is legendary for its beauty and its ghosts. It's known as one of the most haunted spots in the world, the inspiration behind Stephen King's The Shining. Henry Yao recently visited the Stanley Hotel. After finishing up dinner, Henry took this photo of the staircase in the hotel's lobby. When he snapped the panoramic picture, he said he didn't notice anything unusual. But that night, Henry said he felt strangely sick, queasy, having stomach problems. He said he was surprised by this as he rarely ever gets sick. The next morning, he was looking through the photos he took the night before, and he saw it. In that photo of the hotel staircase, a mysterious-looking figure can be seen at the top. He said there were no other people in the shot at the time he took the photo. He uploaded it to his social media accounts with the caption, "By golly, I think I may have captured a ghost at Stanley Hotel." I'm interested to hear what you see when you look at the photo. Many comment the figure appears to be a woman wearing an Edwardian-style gown. There's also quite a few people who see a ghostly child behind her. So did Henry actually capture 2 ghosts? But who could it be in the photo? The hotel first opened in 1909, and talk of paranormal activity began in the 1970s. The Stanley is reportedly haunted by numerous spirits. The hotel's founder, inventor Freeland Oscar Stanley, and his wife Flora are often seen in the hotel, even though they passed away decades ago. Their ghosts have been seen in the lobby area, and Flora can be heard playing the piano in the music room. The hotel is also reportedly haunted by a housekeeper who died on the grounds, often spotted on the 2nd floor. I see the ghostly woman and the child, but what do you see? And which photo spooked you the most? Thanks so much for tuning in for this episode. Subscribe to this channel, give this video a like, and turn on post notifications. I don't want you to ever miss out on an episode. Until next time, I'm Avery Ross, and this is Avery After Dark.